Well, it's an amazing talent you have. I want to get back to Melanie. We're here to talk about Melanie, the girl with all the gifts. She has quite a relationship with her teacher, Miss Justineau.
Yep.
Tell me about that relationship, and while you're doing that, you can introduce us to Miss Justineau, who is the other prominent character in the novel.
Yeah, well, when we meet Melanie, she is in a sort of very institutionalized setting, and it's a highly artificial setting. She's kept in a cell. All the children on this mysterious army base are kept in cells, completely isolated, except when they go into the classroom. When they'll spend a day doing lessons with a teacher, and Melanie has a colossal crush on her teacher, Miss Justineau. She's kind of infatuated with her, and it's mainly because Miss Justineau is the only person on that base who responds to her as a human being rather than treating her as a specimen. And that human contact, we see it develop in the book, and it becomes the seed of the relationship. And it's not something that either of them decides to do. It's just a bond that grows between them, and ultimately it's a very subversive thing, because the order on the base requires the adults to treat the children in a very sort of clinical and detached way. Miss Justineau is kind of a flawed character. Melanie sees her as just wonderful, the incarnation
almost,
of all the virtues, and she kind of isn't. But because Melanie sees her that way, she's forced into living up to that role. And I guess to a certain extent, there's like a little bit of autobiography in there. I was in love with my teacher when I was 8 years old, my third grade teacher.
Really?
Miss Bimpson. I had that kind of crush on her, and she was tremendously kind and gentle and generous. And I just think there's something fascinating about a relationship which is quasi-parental, because it is mother-child, really, even though there's no biological connection between them. So that was very much the nucleus that the story grew around.
Anything else about Melanie that you drew inspiration from your own experience, or that
only in the sense that I used to teach. I taught for 15 years, not at that end of the age range. I taught 16 and above, so sixth form and then adult returning education. But there is something about the classroom context that stays with you. Even now, I haven't taught for 14 years. If I have a nightmare, if I have an anxiety dream, I'm back in the classroom.
Really?
Not knowing what to do, trying to teach a lesson and not knowing what to do. I think there's a sense in which anything you do regularly, anything you do for a job becomes a part of you and changes who you are. It feeds back into your personality. And teaching, I think, more than almost anything else, because it puts you in that weird position of authority to kids who you only see in a very, very restricted context.
Yeah.